friends from Manipur and other parts of our northeastern states, and so many others who have always taken a pioneering and radical stand when it comes to all Indian human rights. And I think that is the message we need to send from this amazing mobilization and audience. It's actually a very, very sad day that we just keep having to meet with so much regularity in this country for targeted mass crimes that are taking place, because that is what Manipur is. It's targeted, it shows state apathy and negligence, and I think with every bout that this country suffers, regardless of which community is the target, or which tribe is the target, or which caste is the target, the levels of immunity and impunity grow, and the brazenness of the state extends to more and more different areas. Today, I think, is the 86th day of what the people of Manipur have been going through since May 3rd this year. Out of these 86 days, can you imagine, friends, the people of Manipur have lived virtually every day except maybe 2 days with an internet ban. Now, when over 140 officially claimed lives have been lost, maybe at least 4 plus women have experienced acute gender violence, apart from our 2 cookie sisters and others who we've seen in those awful videos. Why am I starting to talk about the internet ban? I'm starting with that because I believe until we understand the levels at which the state is going, and it started with Jammu and Kashmir, friends. It did not start with Manipur. And the order of the Supreme Court in Anuradha Bhasin case, where she challenged, among other things, the internet ban, unfortunately does not look at the legality of the ban, but again looks at the question of whether it is limited or not, or whether it can be rectified or not. Point being, we should be asking as citizens, just imagine Mumbai city without the internet for a week. It's not just about watching videos and getting a WhatsApp message. It's about access to services. It is about access to schools, medicines, jobs. It's about access to each other in a moment of acute conflict and crisis. And it is about stemming rumors and fake news. The Chief Minister of Manipur said on the 19th/20th of July, infamously, that these videos are very shocking because there are many such instances now. I mean, I've never heard of a more brazen and shocking statement. But that itself proves that the ostensible state justification, which it brought out in its notification of 21st May, 24th May, and repeated in June, that curtailment of anti-national activities through social media and curbing of social violence is the reason we want this ban. Under what law, without any specific law and order issue or public order issue, can a government have a blanket ban in all of Manipur's 18 districts? The Information Technology Act is very clear. It was to give a specific reason why you need to stop and ban the internet. India is today, last 5-year figures, the largest world offender when it comes to internet bans. And I'm asking you to think about this relatively bland issue, because unless we respond to this before you know it, just like happened during the anti-CAA protests and during the farm protests in Delhi, any part of India can be subject to this kind of ban. Citizens of Mumbai and India need to speak up and ask that the state opens relief camps and opens up its FCI godowns so that every family that has been displaced and is going hungry is given adequate rations. In Gujarat, we have to do this as well. None of the camps that ran in Gujarat were run by the state government. They were all run by community members because the state did not allow itself to show that there was anything wrong. In fact, the number of 168,000 displaced in Gujarat, though established by the NHRC and others, was never accepted by the state. And we have gone several steps worse than that. Neil has already said. It's the state that is responsible for this application. And the state has, by not taking the steps that it is constitutionally required to do, we need to establish command responsibility. And that is what we tried to do after Gujarat. I don't know, many of you in the audience were part of the movement to get a kind of a bill enacted, to get a kind of a law enacted, and that's the other issue I want to flag. Where command responsibility becomes automatically applicable whenever there is ethnic, intercaste or intercommunity conflicts. So that the administrative head of that district, so that the police head of the district is immediately civilly and criminally responsible. Politicians, yes, but I'm talking about the administrative heads. We're talking about the SP, we're talking about the collector, we're talking about those who administer those districts need to be held responsible because they are public servants paid by every taxpayer in this country and they need to be held responsible. So these are the issues that need to be flagged. Land and identity has always been a major issue in the states in the Northeast. And land and identity is an issue all over the world, and it's also an issue in India. And I think the rich land, which is now going to be laid open under the Forest Conservation Act, which has been brazenly pushed through Parliament 2 days back, which we referred to. It was not referred to a joint parliamentary committee. Objections were not taken from Adivasi groups and ethnic tribes as to how it will impact on their lives. There is one proviso which says that 100 kilometers of the international border. And if your land is within 100 kilometers of the international border, it can be taken over by the state in the name of infrastructure. And that lies behind, apart from the loss of lives and the dignity, an 80-year-old Kuki woman married to a freedom fighter is burnt alive. I mean, there's so many horrific stories. Which ones do we narrate and which ones do we leave out? How many children have been displaced? What has happened to schooling for 86 days? What is the state of hospitals and public health centers and primary health centers? Are medicines reaching the people who need them? Of course, these are critical issues, but equally critical is the issue of the brazen attempt to use this conflict to grab land. And what will be done with that land? What will be done with that land which is rich in preservation of ecology and forests is either palm oil production, because we had a huge convention in Manipur a year and a half back, with the Chief Minister Biren Singh saying we want Manipur to lead so that we can take over the exports of palm oil, and 3 large industrialists are bidding for that land. And there's also the minerals which have been talked about. So yes, there is that. But there is also the issue of the cookie zones, the Nagas, Maitis. And if you look at what a section of the far-right communal forces, and we are very familiar with in mainland India, Northeast India, and I'd like to name one particular organization which is at the fountainhead of this very divisive ideology. It's the ideological backbone of the present government, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, and it has its manifestations. The Agambai Bengal, the Mighty Reform. You have these manifestations in the valley. They're not mighty groups, but there are certain sections who are trying to engender this. You suddenly see the hashtag Mighty Vaishnava coming up on social media, which is a concept unheard of in the North. But you're trying to quote-unquote mainstream Hinduize a section that, yes, sees itself as Hindu, but is not the same Hindu-Christian or Hindu-Muslim dynamic that you see in the rest of India. So there are many, many layers to this entire conflict. At the heart of it is a huge man-made tragedy sponsored and looked upon cynically by our state. So where do we go from here? And how can we, sitting in Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, etc., help? I think one way is to avoid doing what Smita Prakash of ANI did. She heads an organization called ANI, a news agency as Rupana, I know, being senior journalist, which is a well-known agency. But it's today become a complete propaganda wing almost of the current region. And about 4 days back, on Monday or Tuesday this week, it tried to suggest that one particular aspect of a brutal conflict, there was a Muslim behind. And the Twitterati and the IT cell of the BJP worked so fast that the poor man got arrested. Till somebody pointed out from the fact checkers who sit fortunately in India that this man had nothing to do with that particular crime. For those of us who work in the area of human rights, minority rights, gender rights and children's rights, regardless of who is the victim, but with particularly empathy when there's an ethnic minority or religious minority or a caste minority involved, we can see the pattern. So when we were having a discussion twice, some few of us were there with people from Manipur, and they said, how can you help us? And one of the suggestions we gave was that please have regular civil society broadcasts where the various sections of civil society and citizenry from Manipur across ethnicities, diverse voices speak up, in which there are young people, enough women, and they bring us those accounts from there with regularity, every week, every 10 days, every fortnight. We are hoping that that actually operationalizes very soon. But I think that many of us who have access to organizations, small and big, who can send relief and rehabilitation in whatever form to credible organizations working in the relief camps, we should come forward and do that. Because the situation for medicines, children's clothes, books and food, even food I'm told, is very, very harsh. Thank you so much for a very patient hearing. And I too might have to leave in a little bit, but I really congratulate the Bombay Catholic Sabha and Bishop Walton particularly for doing this. And I just hope that it's not a one-time meeting and we keep our concern for the people of Manipur alive. Thank you very much.